jobs that we all hate doing on our RGVs, but it has to be done. It has to be done properly as well. So getting your, once you've set it and you turn the key as this, so I'll just turn the key so you can see it moving. So once, as you turn the key, have your other hand, as you turn your key, have your other hand up the exhaust port there, and you can feel the power valves, and you just want to feel that when they're fully open, that it's flat, which these are, and thankfully they're right on the the marks for setup. So you do that small slot and make sure the circle's right in the middle, and make sure there's a bit of play in the cable, a couple of mil. Not the easiest thing to do, and I hate doing it myself, and I've done it hundreds of times, but there we go. But all looking good. The engine is looking fantastic. Can't wait to hear her going. Well, here's all the hoses. Well, bar one, I've fitted one already, but these were very, very dirty and in ground with grease, dust, you name it. So it took quite a while of scrubbing with detergents and some Sif. It's got some granulation in it to get them clean, and then wipe down with some cellulose just to bring back the sheen to them, really. So gonna fit all these this morning, and I'll show you how they look when they're on, along with the Jubilee clips, which, as you know, most of you have got an RGV, around the screw threads. If the bike's been left for any length of time in a damp environment, they go rusty. So I've cleaned them all up. There's one or two that aren't brilliant, but most of them have cleaned up lovely. Yeah, that's come out well. So with them being stainless, it really helps. Right, so I've got all the hoses bar one in place, and you'll also notice, oh there we go, there's the hoses. So up to the thermostat for this long one, just come around that side. Top cylinder down to the union. So there's the water pump. The same union goes to the bottom cylinder down there, just above the power valves. So they've got water pump in and out. So the top one there goes to the radiator, the bottom of the radiator. Goes all round the radiator and then comes back via the cylinders back into the water pump there to get pumped around again. I'll just go around the other side. So I've got the top union there, so the thermostat is in there, that's the thermostat housing, goes into the top cylinder. And then I'm going to put the radiator on here onto the newly olive drab zinc bracket. And then that's the water system done, just needs filling with fluid. And I'll just double check all the unions that everything's tight. And also, while I'm on it, I put this exhaust on, the top cylinder exhaust, because it's a pig to get at once the radiator's on. So I've fitted that, so that's got the brand new re-zinced, you can just about see it's green there, green olive drab manifold. So there's 3 gaskets in there, one goes to the cylinder, 2 inside in between the manifold and the exhaust. These were pretty manky, these exhausts, so I spent many an hour rubbing them down. I'll put a picture, before and after picture, up in a second. So I've rubbed them down, wire brush on the drill bit outside in the garden, just so the dust doesn't go everywhere. And I've sprayed them with high temperature paint, black paint, so they've refurbished beautifully, really. You can still see Suzuki there, so that's a nice job. And all mounted at the back. You can still see the Suzuki engraving or stamping on the silencer, and then the rear passenger footrest holds that on with the screws on the back. There's the radiator. You might have spotted that. So there's the radiator. I've cleaned it and flushed it out quite extensively, so that's doesn't even need painting. It's in really good patina condition, so that's going bolting straight on. Yeah, so all the little nitty-gritty bits really coming together now. Oh, overflow hose has gone in place of the new hose clip, and that feeds all the way to the back, to the hose, to the water tank there. That's the overflow. So there's an overflow for the oil tank on the back side. It all connects and goes to a drain down on the other side. So yeah, coming together. Right, now I've got the radiator on, the top hose, exhaust down the left hand side, as you can see. Let's put the little fairing bracket on. If we go round to the other side, there's the radiator again. All the hoses in place now. This was a bit of a pig. Getting the bottom cylinder exhaust on. I've actually learned something new again, which you never stop learning no matter how much you work on the same sort of bike. The bottom cylinder exhaust would go on a lot easier if you put it on first. So I've learned that lesson, but they're looking great. That high temperature paint really has done a great job. And then we've got the footrests on the back holding the exhaust on, and the lovely, sorry about the fingers, lovely powder coated can. And I always like this little bracket. It's an unusual little bracket, bolts on with the footrests, and it's for the overflow. So there's one in there already. That's I'm still not sure. I've had it round the other way twice, but if you have it the other way, you can see it there. So it feels right like that, but also feels like it's stuck out a bit far, but I'm not sure on that one yet. I'm gonna have to root through all my old pictures on other bikes and see how it goes. But yeah, looking really good. Okay, so I'm just about to fit. Well, I'm putting the carbs together, so new seals, some clean jets, but I've just assembled the reeds in the cages. There they are. I know the curved stopper plate is a little bit pitted, but at least it's all been cleaned up and re-zinced, so at least it's clean, tidy. So there's the lower cylinder is a vertical reed cage, and the rear cylinder, left-hand cylinder, as you can see, is horizontal. I think that's just to keep the engine narrow. I would imagine it's part of keeping the engine narrow and fitting into the case, because if you had a wide one, it'd force everything further out, oil pump, water pump, etc. So that's probably the reason they did that. Yeah, so there's the reed cages. And now there's the right hand side manifold, and there's the left hand side one. So the like, I don't know what Suzuki call it, I can't even remember, I should look it up really, but the old Yamaha energy induction system was a bottle after the carb, before it goes into the cylinder. And this is the same sort of system, but that they use a pipe, and the pipe attaches, it's a loop of a pipe, goes all the way around the frame, goes all the way around the frame up there and round and back down, and attaches on the other side. So yeah, that's the same type of system as that Yamaha YEIS, Yamaha Energy Induction System. Seem to remember on my RD125LC. So I'm just going to bolt these down with the freshly zinced large head, jizz head screws. So exciting developments as we move on. Just thought I'd show you the exciting bit of the carbs are on and in place. And there we are. Carbs in place. Just got to rig up the throttle cables, because I'm changing the, I think I mentioned earlier, I'm changing the switch gear on the right hand side because I've got a better one. That one's a bit battered. So carbs are in place, choke cables are in place. There we are. Tick over, you can just see the tick over knobs down there. I'll go around the other side in a minute. Both carbs in place. All the drain hoses have replaced. They are clear on the originals, but I couldn't get any clear, so black it is, but it looks nice and neat. All the overflows going over to the, hard to see, I'll do that from the other side, but yeah, looking good. The energy induction pipes are in around there. We're not that far off from being able to start the thing up. I'm going to wait until I get the wheels on though, to be fair, to make the bike more stable. But we could actually start it on the bench. It's just a little bit precarious with it being on the stand there. But it's getting exciting. I'm really looking forward to hearing this thing go. It'll be great. Oh, one nice little touch I've made up. I've been able to rescue the original spare fuse holder. So that straps on with the battery strap. And it was broken there, but I've managed to clean it up with some degreasing and some cellulose thinners. And I've just used some tape and taped it back together because it was split, but that's where it sits. It looks lovely in between those. Looks lovely in between the battery box arms there. So just a nice little thing to be able to save on the bike, keeps the originality. Not very happy the battery's got a red top to it, but it's a small thing. It's still the right battery. So yeah, not far off now. Let's just go around the other side, show you what I meant. Yeah, there's the two tick over adjuster knobs in place. Nice and neat. The bracket there re-zinced. There we are, fitted that right hand switch gear. I think you'll agree it looks so much better. Beautiful. Oh, and a few more little bits. Oil pump cables in place. Fuel lines are in place, so that goes to the tank. One for each carb. The little filters are in the carbs, the little inline filters. Anything else to report? Not too sure. got a nice throttle, snaps back. Oh, I've balanced the carbs so they open at exactly the right time and together, so that's good. Can't wait to hear it run. So I didn't do any filming of it, but I've restored the wheel, so a really good clean rub down and 2 coats of etch primer, all masked up there where the disc fits. Both front and rear wheels. Then I took the wheels down to the local auto body paint suppliers and got the exact gunmetal grey metallic mixed. So it's had 2 coats of that gunmetal grey on both wheels, and then some satin lacquer, a couple of coats of that over the top, and I painted the discs while I was at it, and I think you'll agree they've turned out absolutely beautiful. I'm absolutely made up with them. The colour was spot on, so couldn't really do much better at home. Luckily the weather was really hot, so the paint went on well, so made up with those. And in the next episode, I'm hoping to have the wheels in place with tyres on. Front calipers should have arrived from Japan, and get all the brakes rigged up, so that's where we're going to be next. I'm just waiting for the bodywork that's been repaired, a couple of panels being repaired and the tank being sprayed, so waiting for those to come back from my painter friend. And then we should have episode 10 to show you. See you later, guys.